Blessings, tribe. Happy New Year. I hope your new year is off to a great start. And today, as promised, I'm going to show you guys how to make the abundance jar or the prosperity jar, prosperity bowl, prosperity cup, whatever you call it yourself. I want to teach you guys how to make that for 2025. So this one is going to be for the whole year. You know, I have the door open, so you guys might hear like cars going back and forth. I don't know. I might end up like closing it. I don't know. I feel like if I close it, then the lighting in here will be a little too dark. And I don't want that. I'm going to close it just to see how it looks. Because I don't want you guys to keep hearing cars driving back and forth. But I want you guys to make yourself a prosperity jar, a prosperity bowl, a prosperity cup, whatever you call it. But make this for the entire year in 2025. You can make this throughout different times, you know, around the year. Like you can make it on Three Kings Day, which is coming up. You can make it you know, for the new moon. Maybe the first new moon of this year, you can make that. You can make that throughout the entire month of January. You can choose to do this on a Thursday, on a Friday, on a Sunday. It's completely up to you. But whenever you do decide to make this, just make sure that you clean yourself and you clean your space to remove any negative energy that might be lingering around, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and get started, and I think I'm going to go and close the door because I don't want you guys to hear cars driving like back and forth. All right, so I closed the door and I was kind of like afraid that it would be a little too dark in here. I mean, even if it was dark, I could like open the turn on the I was gonna say open the light. Even if it was dark, I could have like turned on the light, but I really didn't want that. So we're gonna go ahead and make our prosperity jar for 2025. Now, I normally make this either around my birthday or the beginning of the year, or if it's like a super moon or a portal. The last one that I made last year, I think I made it around the 888 portal. You know, but you can make this throughout different times. So please don't feel like you have to rush and get everything. But I highly, highly, highly suggest that you make this anytime this month for the entire year, okay? So you can decide whatever it is that you want to use. You can use a bowl like this. And by the way, my nails are like falling apart, so you might see a nail missing. Ignore my nails. But you can use a bowl like this, okay? This one I got from, I think this is from Michael's. Or you can use something as small as this. I wanted to, last year I used something like this, right? And I was gonna use something smaller, but then I say to myself, why am I like downgrading? Like, no. You can even use a cup, okay? You can use a fish bowl, as long as you are using a clear jar, okay? You can even use like a crystal plate, not a crystal plate, a crystal bowl. But you can also do this on a plate too. It's completely up to you what you want to use. I just prefer to use a cup or like a jar like this. So we're gonna go over some of the items that you're going to need to do this, and then after that I'm just gonna show you guys what to do. You need your prosperity rice, okay? You need some of that. You need white rice. You need to have some sea salt. You need sugar. You can use whatever sugar you want, brown sugar, white sugar, it doesn't matter. And then I have more prosperity rice. You're gonna need sage or palo santo just to cleanse, you know, your jar. This is one that I've been burning already, so I'm just gonna use that. You are going to use different powders. I have blossoming powder, good luck powder. I have money drawing powder. I have road opening powder. You can also use the attraction powder. I actually ran out and I need to make some more. But I have a few other powders that I'm using. I'm using magnet powder. I'm using precipitate. If you don't have these, you don't have to use them. I have a few other powders here that I will be using, okay? And then I have some green. You're gonna need different grains, okay? But this is green peas, right? And you need cinnamon sticks. You need sunflower seeds. I just bought the salt. You can use the raw sunflowers, but I bought the salted one because I actually enjoy eating sunflowers and I will be eating the rest of it. That's why the bag is open, because I've been eating it. You also need pumpkin seeds. This is leftover pumpkin seeds that I've used before. You need coffee. Now I have the coffee beans, and then I also have ground coffee. Coffee is going to speed things up for you this year for whatever, you know, whatever intentions that you're going to place in that jar. Coffee is going to speed it up. But because I plan on keeping this for the entire year, I also don't want it to attract bugs. So that's why I'm using coffee this year. But if you've been on Patreon, I don't think I used coffee last time. But this year we want things to move a little bit faster for us because, again, we're all working with the fire energy this year, okay? You need your petition, okay? So make sure you write your petition on a piece of paper. It could be plain white paper, okay? And what else? Now, I have different nuts. All these things attract abundance. I have different nuts that I use in my craft, so I'm going to use some of them. You can use different crystals. Pyrite crystal is good for abundance, good to attract money. So you can use that. I also have some Erzuli Fueda powder. I'm using that because I don't have any more attraction powder. And my Fueda powder is actually almost done too, so I need to re-up on that. You're gonna need corn. Just go to your local grocery store and buy, you know, popcorn, but as long as it's corn. All right, so you need corn. And then I have wheat. And then I have my mixed bean. Okay, just buy the 16 bean soup because it comes with different kind of beans. But what I'm going to do is remove all the black beans from this. I'm not using black beans in this prosperity bowl, okay? What else have we not gone over? Now, I have a few charms. Like, I have a dollar bill that is prepared, so I'm using that. The point is, you need bills, okay? Whatever amount that you want to use. But I'm using a dollar bill, a $100 bill, and a $2 bill. Completely up to you how much you want to use. I'm just gonna put my little crystal. I have some keys that are prepared. They've been washed with Eleguazo Miero. So I'm using 3 to open my doors in 2025. Okay. I'm just gonna place them right here real quick. We're gonna use a piece of High John. You need some coins. You can use, now it's up to you what you wanna do. You can use 7 different coins, or you can use, you know, the dollar bills, not bills, the dollar coins, just go to your local bank and ask them, and they will give you some. This is the $50, but I know I have some dollars in here too. Just gotta look, because I have a lot of different coins in here, y'all. And I use all these when I'm doing like money work. Let me just see. $1. Okay. So I do have, these are the $1 coins. So I'm gonna use some. Here I have $1. Let me see how much I have here. But you can use 7 different coins, okay? So I'm gonna use, yeah, I have the $50. I have the $1. I have some gold ones here. So just get 7 different coins, okay? These are, if you know the history of these actually were used as money. So they do attract wealth. So that's why I will be adding them to this year's prosperity bowl. I just have like different crystals here. You need to get yourself a piece of magnet. It doesn't matter how big or how small. Like I have these small ones that I normally use when I'm doing work for people, but I plan on using the big one. I just got to clean them up a little bit. So I have tiger's eye. So I will be using a piece of that. This is some pyrite as well. Any crystals for abundance you can put in there. You could put citrine, which I know I have a few pieces in here too. If y'all wondering what I'm looking, this is what I'm going through. This is pyrite. No, this is citrine. So you could use a piece of that. Okay. I'm gonna use the evil eye. And I have a few different things here for protection. I'm adding to it. But like I said, if you guys are on Patreon, make sure you go and watch the video that I shared last time I made this, because that was very detailed. Like I literally showed every single step. And you know, you can incorporate whatever, you know, these 2 videos together, or you can just follow one depending on what you have. I just don't want you guys to feel like if you don't have something, then, you know, your work is not good. 2, 4, 6. I need one more. Oh, I forgot to also mention, you need bay leaves. So I will be getting up in a minute to grab bay leaves as well. Now, if you have these gold $100 bills, you can use one. If you don't, then you don't have to. But I will be using one for this as well. Okay. If you work with deities, like for some of you who already know the different spirits and different energies that walk with you, you can choose to use one to do this. If you don't, just do it and pray to God, pray to your ancestors, pray to your spirit guides, pray to your guardian angel for the blessings and the things that you want, okay? That you want to attract for this year. So what I'm going to do is get up for a minute to go and grab my bay leaves. All right, so I have my bay leaves. You are going to need like a Sharpie. I like to use red Sharpies when I'm doing this. But I'll just get up and get it when I need it, because that's going to be the last step. So it's okay. So the first thing first, of course, I forgot my lighter. All right, start by lighting your incense. And again, you don't have to use what I'm using. You can use Palo Santo. You can use frankincense, myrrh. You can use a lot of different incense. It's completely up to you. Okay, so we're gonna light this. And just make sure you're in a very calm state of mind when you are doing this. Make sure you are just positive and not thinking about what happened yesterday or what's happening tomorrow. Just be in the moment, okay? If you don't have a candle, I highly suggest you light a white candle because we don't do anything in the dark. Again, I'm not using the small one. I'm going to continue to use the big one, so I'm just going to move that out my way. And just grab your jar, flip it upside down, and cleanse the inside of it. Just cleanse it to remove any negative energy that has attached itself to this jar or the bowl or whatever you're using. Really take the time to just smoke cleanse it, okay? And when you are done, place it back. And you can take a moment to, do a quick prayer to invite your ancestors, your spirit guides, to just be present and assist you in doing your work. You're gonna start. I'm trying to move this back a little bit so you all can see the entire jar. Okay, so the first thing first, I use my first thing first, you're gonna get your, now I'm not doing this because I don't want y'all to see my petition, but just grab your petition in your hand and fold it 3 times towards you. And as you do this, just take a moment to invite the things that you have written on there to come into your life. Just fold it 3 times. Now, grab your 2-piece of magnet. Just put one on top and one at the bottom of your petition, okay? I'm really not used to explaining things as I do them. I actually find that difficult. And I'm also not trying to make this video long because then it will mean that I have to take a long time to edit. But just take some time. Once you fold that towards you 3 times, you're going to take your magnet and put one, on each side. So it's going to look something like this. And just put that right in the center of your bowl. Now we're going to take our sea salt, okay? And you're basically just using that sea salt to purify and remove any negative energies that might attach itself to your work or to your life throughout the year. 2, 4, I'm using 7 grain. 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. Okay. So you have 7 grains of salt. Okay. See that? 7. And you're just going to put them in there. So now we have our salt. So now you're going to start adding your grains. And you can start with just plain white rice. Rice also signifies abundance and prosperity. As you start putting these different type of grains in this bowl, be sure that you set intention. Okay, don't just do them. Be sure that you set an intention for each one. Again, if you're on Patreon, go on my Patreon and watch the one that I did last year, so you could get a better understanding of the different type of intentions that you can do. Okay, so I'm going to add my sweet peas. I am adding my wheat. Again, add as much or as little as you wish. I'm just gonna sprinkle some of my sugar to, to sweeten your life, sweeten your path, sweeten everything that you do. So you're adding your sugar to sweeten your life, sweeten your path, to sweeten everything that you do this year, everything that you touch. Just, again, make sure you're setting intention as you do this. Don't be afraid to be generous with the sugar. I just don't have a lot. That's all I have left. But you can add more, okay? I'm adding some coffee to add speed. And the coffee is also gonna help keep like ants and stuff away too. So, because I do plan on keeping this for the entire year. I feel like it's getting a little bit darker in here, or is it just me? All right, so you have your coffee, your sugar. Now just add the grains, but again, do them with intention. I'm gonna add my prosperity rice. Now, when I'm about halfway like this, what I'm gonna do is take a picture of me and put in there. So just like try to put it like to the sides, okay? And the reason I like to start adding them is because I want the picture to kind of like stand up. Don't put it like laying flat. Make it stand up. So that's why I like to start adding things and then put my picture afterwards. All right, so my picture is in there, right? And I'm adding more. I just turn the thing a little bit because y'all don't need to see my picture. You guys see me all the time anyways. But I'm adding my corn now. Again, corn signifies abundance. So add the corn. Now, this is my least favorite part, is the beans, but we're not adding the black beans. So you kind of have to pick all the black beans out. All right, so I have removed all my black beans from my mixed beans, and I'm going to add this in there now. Again, everything you add it with intentions. If you don't know what to say, then, you know. If you don't know what to say, can't help you there. You know, but you know what you want for your life. Just, you know, speak what you want. But there's ways, and there's ways to set intentions, okay? There's ways to ask for specific things. So I have that in there. Now I am going to add seven of my different nuts. I have one here, two, four. You know, you can use walnut. You can use 2, 4, 6, 7. But I just want to use like different ones, you know. So use different type of nuts that you have. Now 7. And then I'm going to add a little bit more coffee, but this time I'm using my coffee beans because again, we want to add speed, and we also want to keep the bugs away. Smells good already. Smells like coffee. And then I'm adding my pumpkin seed. For wealth. And then I'm adding some sunflower seeds. I will definitely be eating the rest of these sunflowers. I'm adding some more prosperity rice to the top. Oh, I just spilt it. So we've added more prosperity rice, right? And then I'm gonna add one more layer of white rice, just a little bit. And then we're gonna start adding the last little bit of things. So now that you are done, take your gold bill and try to stick it in there with the face like looking up, right? But on the side, okay? It's very easy to do as long as, you know, you have it on the side. Okay? So now I'm going to use my different coins to put in there as well. Now we have our bills, right? So my dollar bill, I have my name on it and my date of birth. It's a dollar bill that I'm reusing. Like I've used this in other rituals. And then I have my $2 bill and my $100 bill here. All right, and the $1 bill just has my name and my date of birth. Just fold them towards you and stuck them in there as well. And again, do this with intention for money to always come to you, money to flow to you, and just stick them up. So you have your bills looking like that. Just kind of like spread them apart a little bit. Because I have a piece of crystal. It's I forgot what this is called. I think it's gold something. I don't know. But this is for abundance as well. So I put that in the middle. And you could use your different crystals, your pyrite, your tiger's eye, your citrine. Just put them around. You could place them wherever you like. Doesn't matter. You could stick them up or just gently place them in there. And then I'm also going to do the same thing with my shells. Just place them in there like this. And then I'm going to grab my high John and do the same thing. Just place it on top. And I grab my 3 different keys. Place them in there, but in a triangle. Okay. And just imagine these different keys represent different doors to different things that you want to manifest in your life. Okay, it could be money, it could be health, it could be prosperity, it could be anything you like. I have my cinnamon sticks. I have 7, and I'm just going to place them again in different locations. So put them like around, you know, figure out a way to put them around in a circle in there like this. And as far as my bay leaves, I'm using 3 bay leaves, and I'm just going to write 3 wishes on each. And then in the back, I'm going to draw the infinity symbol. And I do this with the Sharpie, a red Sharpie. So, you know, for example, it could be health, happiness, prosperity. Don't use broken bay leaves. We don't want broken dreams, broken wishes. So make sure you find like some nice, healthy leaves, okay? But I'm using 3. And I'm just going to think about the 3 most important things that I want this year. And for those of you who don't know the infinity symbol, it's just like a sideway 8. And by the way, if you want to do more bay leaves, you can do 3, you could do 7, you could do 21. If your plate is big enough, I'm just using 3. But you can use however many that you want. All right. I'm going to take my little evil eye and just put that on top of that too. And then I'm just going to stick these bay leaves. You could stick them anywhere, you know, in there. I don't know if, you know, I stopped recording or not, but so I sprinkle the different powders. So as you can see, this is the top of mine, right? I sprinkle the different type of powders on top of it. I have my money on top of it. I have my different crystals, my keys on top of it. All my money drawing powders, my luck powders, my attraction powders, I have that sprinkle on top of it. So this is what the top of it would look like, okay? After I've added my powders and things like that. Do not be one of those people who do things like this and not tend to it. You need to take time throughout the year to set intentions, to light a candle to it. It could be any type of candle. It could be money drawing candle, world opener candle, a luck candle, maybe love candle, whatever you're manifesting throughout the year, you can do that in front of this. Make sure you keep this in a high place. So it could be on top of a table, on top of your altar, on top of your kitchen counter, on top of a fridge. I'm actually gonna keep mine in front of one of my spirits. You can do that too, or like I said, you can keep it on top of a high place, okay? And, you know, from time to time, just spray your favorite perfume, tint to it. You could add different things to it if you wish, but just make sure that you don't just have it there and not using it, you know? So always remember to wake it up, to set intentions, to light your money candles to it and things like that, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope y'all take the time to make this, because trust me, I make this for myself like every year. Sometimes maybe not in January, but I always have a prosperity bowl, always. So, and remember, if there's anything that I add to it that you don't have, please don't kill yourself to go and search and look for it. Just use what you have. The most important thing is to remember to use the the most important thing is to remember to use the different grain, you know, like your rice, your beans. That's the most important thing. Your intention, that's the most important thing, okay?